Hi, I'm Corey Marchetti, a senior at Seymour High School, and here I'm talking to our first selectman, Kurt Miller. How you doing, Kurt?
Good, Corey. How are you?
Very well. So I just want to dive right into the 10-year strategic plan that you have planned.
Yeah, 10-year strategic plan is something that we identified when I first took office, that Seymour kind of lacked direction. And we had no real plan in place as to how we would address our roads, how we would address our buildings, how will we continue to move the town forward, regardless of who the first selectman was. So we wanted to put one comprehensive plan in place that whoever was in this position could continue to move us forward. So my plan is, as soon as I'm done, I'll hand this book off to the next first selectman, and he or she will do the same thing and just continue on.
And a part of that plan is the Permanent Building Committee?
Yeah, that's actually one of the big components of the 10-year strategic plan. As you know, Seymour has a lot of buildings, and unfortunately a lot of those buildings are older. So they're becoming more and more of a challenge to maintain. And what we've had in the past was non-professionals, someone like myself who really doesn't know a lot about buildings, making these decisions. And the 10-year strategic plan has said it makes more sense for us to bring professionals in from the community that will manage this process. So we created the the 10-year planning committee, created the permanent building committee. We brought in 7 professionals from the community, and they're the ones now who make the decisions as to what's going to be fixed, how it's going to be fixed, and so on.
That sounds great. And how about these big blue and green garbage cans?
You
that
like
we've been
those,
seeing?
huh?
Yeah, I really like those.
Yeah, when we had an opportunity with the vendor who does our garbage and our recycling now, Winters Brothers, to change the way that we do things. Now, there has been a big push by the 10-year strategic planning committee to improve our green initiative, or to make us more environmental friendly, and this project is definitely doing that. It's allowing the town to actually recycle more than it ever has in the past. The big blue garbage cans, as you see, they're 96-gallon containers, and they are used for what's known as single-stream recycling, which means that residents don't have to sort their recycling anymore. They can just throw it all in that one big container, and then once a week now, as opposed to every other week, they come and they take recycling. Now, it's great for the environment, but on the finance side, it's also great because it saves the town about $100,000 a year.
Oh, wow, that's great. And while the town's making a big stride towards going green, here at Seymour High School, we're also going green. We have classes that are alternative energy, and we also have a alternative energy electrothon club that deals with creating all electric cars.
Excellent.
And as a matter of fact, we have a video to show too. So I would like to thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
And let's watch this video.
Excellent.
Hi, I'm Mr. Stock. I teach at Seymour High School, and I'm one of the technology education teachers here. I teach Intro to Construction, Alternative Energy 1, 2, and 3, and run our Alternative Energy Car Club. It takes over 8 months to build each car from scratch. Each car is first designed on paper, transferred to our CAD program, and once the plan is finalized in the CAD program, we move on to actually fabricating the car in the shop. The students run into many issues when building the car, and they have to revise their design on the fly. And it's an extremely labor-intensive process, requiring students to spend a large amount of time after school.
So when I was a freshman, I started out taking the CAD 1 class, and then I decided that I liked that so much that I was going to take the CAD 2 class, which is all 3D design. While I was in the CAD 2 class, the teacher thought that I was excelling at it, so he asked me to make some prototypes for the cars. I did not know that this even existed.
So I started off in car club during my freshman year because I figured it'd be a fun thing to do. And now I am 4 years later, and I've designed the past 2 chassis for the car, and I was the lead welder.
I mean, first I was pretty scared to not know a clue of what any of the components of this car was, or the tools to make them. But now, about 2 to 3 months in, I've actually gotten used to what everything is.
I started this car about half a year ago in my freshman year. Me and some sophomores and some freshmen, about 10 of us on and off, worked on this car, and it's made out of steel. And all of the steel that we've bought, we've cut, we've welded all ourselves.
The cars that we race are run on 2 car batteries. our race is an endurance race, so it's to see how many laps you can do in an hour. So with those 2-car batteries, they have to last an hour long. Actually, behind me, I don't know if the camera can see it, but there are car batteries in the closet. Yeah, like I said, each car has 2 of them. And it doesn't run on anything else but the 2 electric batteries. We charge them before each race, and they last pretty long time, which is why we play so well.
So the team has learned a lot about being consistent. The consistency in our driving techniques, pit stops, knowing the mechanics of the vehicle's ins and outs are definitely what we've learned from previous races that help us with future races. Starting from day 1, the students in my Alternative Energy 3 class and Energy Car Club are working very hard to design a new car each year.